You're listening to DraftKings Network.
This episode is brought to you by 20th Century Studios' The Amateur. When his wife is murdered, Charlie Heller, the CIA's most brilliant computer analyst, must trek across the globe and use his only weapon, his intelligence, to hunt down her killers and enact revenge. Starring Academy Award winner Rami Malek and Academy Award nominee Lawrence Fishburne. The Amateur. Rated PG-13. Only in theaters April 11th.
All right, it's time for Thursday Thunder, presented by DraftKings. DraftKings, the crown is yours. JuJu.
Thursday Thunder is among us yet again. Last week, of course, 2 out of 3, same bat story, same bat channel. But this week, March Madness is on the rise, and I'm going to start with the first leg with my brother, the SEC champion, the All-American, the girl dad, Walter Clayton Jr. for over 15 points tonight. It's a big game, and he going to need them. Them stars going to have to come out and shine, and he's the brightest star they got, so lock my brother in right now. You dig me? Leg 2. I'm going with my dog, Trayvon Brazile, Calipari and them boys. You feel me? Another big game. Trayvon will dunk on you right where you stand. I hope you know that. But ladies, gentlemen, I hope you know Trayvon will dunk on you right where he stands. But I'm going with his rebounds tonight. 7 rebounds, of course, for my dog tonight. Amin, I saw you with your hand. Now, what you got for me, bro?
Amin is trying to fix my headset because I could barely hear you, JuJu, and I'm also just fixated on your gear. I don't know how you got that. Everyone is trying to get the gear you're presently wearing. I'm sure they can find the sound of David Samson saying tetas as awkwardly as David Samson does it. Where did you get that gear?
Yeah, I know people who know people. Call my people, and then I get them in touch with some of my other people, and we can talk after lunch. You feel me? But third leg on this Thursday Thunder, I'm going tomorrow. Tomorrow, we're going to have our feet kicked up by this time. Tomorrow, we're going to go with Trey Kaufman-Renn, you feel me, for over 7 rebounds for them Purdue-ski Boilermakers. You got to know it's a big game. He going to need 7 boards, and he's going to get them. You feel me?
You're very confident, JuJu.
Oh, yes. I'm confident in that. But guess what? This week, there's more. I'm going. You know I love my ladies. I got nothing but ladies jerseys around me. We're going to the ladies tournament as well. Tomorrow, UCLA versus Ole Miss. I'm taking the points. What they got? 8.5 points? Scooby Snacks. They're going to drag Ole Miss by 8.5 points. Lock it in. Second leg. You did hear me. Second leg, I see my sister Jessica Smetana, and you also know who else I see? Hannah Hidalgo and them girls. They're gonna also cover against TCU. Salute to the Horned Frogs. Salute to Haley Van Lith. Powerful story this week. But tomorrow it's over with. You feel me? Notre Dame is gonna slay them and drag them over 6.5 points. You feel me? At the end of that game, for sure. Last leg, I'm traveling to Storrs, Connecticut. I'm traveling to see my big brother Gino. I'm traveling to see all the stars that he got aligned on that team. And so you got to know, UConn girls minus 14.5 points. Lock it in. 6 legs this week. Choose 3. Mismatch some of the 3 because you know 1 or 2 might be stragglers. You dig it.
I am surprised by the level of confidence you are showing. David Samson seems delighted here. We are finally at our Germ-Off, our germaphobe off. Yep. I don't know exactly how to do this because we haven't done it before. I'm going to need honesty from the 2 participants. So in order to keep this authentic, what I'm going going to ask both of you to do is give me a number from 1 to 10, 10 being the worst of how you feel about what I present to you, and you tell me honestly how you feel about the scenarios I have here, so that your objective is to just be honest, not win the contest. Because JuJu says, David, that he's more of a germaphobe than you are. So let's begin with JuJu, and let's begin with using an airplane bathroom. 1 to 10, JuJu, on your disgust of using an airplane bathroom.
First of all, listen to Nothing Personal with David Samson right now. As soon as you stop hearing this, go to the YouTube and click. My brother's doing fantastic work. Nothing Personal with David Samson is available. New episode every single damn day. Check out my brother. I would never touch the handle on a bathroom door on the airplane. I'm disgusted. 10 is most disgusted. I'm disgusted 11.
David, where are you on this?
You got to leave some room, JuJu, and I appreciate absolutely the promotion of Nothing Personal. Airplane bathrooms are FEU, for emergency use only, but I only have them at about a 7.5.
Wow.
Nice.
Number 1 or number 2?
Oh, any of them. Of course, number 2 would be a 7.75, and that in my life of travel, and I can keep count, it's not even on one hand, including trips to Asia and Australia, that I've actually done that, and it was always based on sickness.
JuJu, how many times have you used an airplane bathroom?
I've never been on the inside of an airplane bathroom before in my entire life.
I believe it.
I just can't fathom that. I always go in the airport. Like I use the TT. I go TT in the number 1 in the airport before I get on every plane ride.
TT is
David, were you the one that told us that you used the bathroom of like on the airplane of like the president of the Mets or something? Like you did number 2?
No, I did not. That was Randy Levine.
Hey.
I was just on the plane.
He could smell it. That was Yankee President Randy Levine. Please put his photo up the way we did last time to embarrass Randy Levine for stinking up a bathroom airplane.
He denied it, didn't he?
I don't know whether he denied it. Did he deny it? I don't remember. Did he deny it, David? Do you remember?
It doesn't matter. There is no denying facts. It doesn't mean he's a bad guy. It means he had a bad taco. It's not the end of the world. It was just hard to ever forget. It's the only thing about losing smell and taste that actually is redeeming.
Hey, Nothing Personal every single day, 8 a.m. with David Samson and Matthew Coca. Lock it in now.
Roy, how does David Samson say the word on JuJu's shirt?
Tatas?
Water parks, David Samson. Water parks. How do you feel about water parks?
That is a 6.9.
Nice.
How about you, JuJu?
I'll go into the water park, but I'm not touching a towel. I'll bring my own towel to sit around on every bench I'll sit by. And I'm not touching the water because kids go pee and TT in those pools all day long. No, thank you.
So I think it's important to add, JuJu, that when I had little children, I had to go to water parks with them in my efforts to be a fake good father. And I would attempt and would go in the water park. But since my youngest got bar mitzvahed, I can tell you I've never been to a water park and I will never go again. And I've alerted my children, should they have children, that I'm not the grandfather to take them to said water park. So I'm done with them forever.
All right, but
Nice.
Can you give me a number of times you've been in the water at a water park, David?
At least a dozen. Remember, I had 3 kids, and so at least a dozen.
How about you, JuJu? Have you ever been in the water at a water park?
I have not, but that may be on the I can't swim side, but we're not going to go with stereotypes, so I'm just going to say no.
All right. I don't know if this applies to this question as well, but taking a bath at a hotel. Taking a bath at a hotel.
Can you clarify bath? Do we talk
bath.
about like
a
fill
bath.
up a tub?
A bath.
And sit
Yes,
there?
not a shower, a bath.
Man, that's the most disgusting thing in the world. Do you want scabies? Do you want the hepatitis B vaccine? No, thank you. That's up there again. 10 in my book. No,
David?
thank you.
I am tied with you, JuJu. That is a hard never. And I have been, in hundreds of hotels, thousands of nights, and I am at 0 and will die at 0.
I'm learning that I might be a germaphobe because I'm like I'm with them on all this.
Okay, picking your nose, JuJu.
Oh man, I gotta wash my hands 100% of the time first. But I'll go get a tissue and roll it together and then get up there. I won't actually touch my nose with my finger.
Twist it up into like a spike, and then you just start digging around like a stalactite, right?
David?
Yep.
It depends on the length of my fingernail. If there's any risk of a bleeder, I won't put the finger up there. But if there is not, and I'm in private and I've got something that needs to get taken care of, I will do it. But of course, it requires, obviously, sanitizer both pre and post.
JuJu, number of times in your life you have taken a sip from anyone else's water bottle?
I already know the answer to this one.
0 ever in my entire life. My girlfriend be mad at me behind that. Like, I love you, baby, but I don't know what you've been sipping on earlier. I take my own straws with me every single where I go. Wrap straws, by the way. I don't trust people's. No, never. 10.
David?
So for me, during marathons, during some athletic endurance events, and on Survivor on the island, I had to do that. But that's what it takes. It's either to be on Survivor or to be in the middle of some crazy event where I would have no choice but to do it. Other than choosing death, I would not prefer to do that, but I would not die to not do it.
JuJu, allowing another person to feed you a bite of their food from their fork.
Never in the history of Julian.
I don't care. I don't care if it's my child or my lover. That is a hard never. Hard.
And I take plastic silverware with me. Every restaurant I go to, I ask for to-go silverware, even when we're sitting down to eat, because I don't want the water spots and
Getting in bed after a long day without taking a shower. David Samson.
Never.
Never done it?
Wow.
Nope.
JuJu?
I am never.
I second that emotion. Not one time. I don't even sit on my couch without taking off my outside pants. So
Me too. JuJu. Wow. So JuJu, this is so good. I keep inside pants and outside pants. And when I get home, my outside pants come off and my inside pants come on. My inside pants do not see the light of day ever.
David, I'm gonna tell you right now. This I was gonna say to JuJu before you answered. Well, this is a two Americas thing because I feel like most black people, we got the outside clothes. Don't sit on the couch or on the bed with your outside clothes. Is something we've all heard. And then David comes in and says he's got outside clothes too. I'm impressed.
Yep, me too. I'm impressed thoroughly. Nothing personal. Every day, 8:00 a.m. You feel me, Matthew Coca? I see you.
Typing on another person's computer, JuJu.
Oh man. That scenario actually just hasn't never come up in my life. But now the more I think about it, people are gross. People dig boogers and keep going. I saw you and Matthew Kugler in the kitchen not too long ago. I wouldn't do that. So I put that on like a 6 out of the Richter scale.
You saw me and Matthew Kugler doing what in the
touching each other's keyboards apparently.
What
Valerie know?
I don't even know. What did you see us doing in the other room, David? How do you feel about this?
That's about a 3 because I have sanitizer with me at all times. So I'll do a post sanitize if I have to do that. But that one is only a 3 for me.
Any objections, JuJu, to the outdoor shower?
Oh, yeah. That goes back to my second answer. The kid can't swim, so I'm never really in lakes or ponds or beach water to even require that shower. So I just never done it before.
David?
Yeah, I have no problem with the outdoor shower. You do it to get the sand off your feet because I don't want 1 grain of sand in my car or in my house. So I'll use that to get rid of any sort of dirt, sand, or anything just to get me to the shower in order to get my inside clothes back on. So I would have that as a 1 or even a 0.
I have for you here one that I think is the best one I'm asking you, but from among those that I've asked you about, which is the most disgusting one for you, David? Of all the ones that I have asked, which is the one that repulses you the most?
The airplane bathroom. It is absolutely disgusting. I find it to be hard to fathom when I have to use the bathroom. And I have a whole system. I've got wipes and I've got tissues and I've got paper towels. I don't actually touch anything inside the bathroom, including the handle on the outside of the bathroom, right outside the cockpit. It's a whole thing that I do, and I really try not to do it, even to go pee-pee.
JuJu?
Nice. The bathtub was pretty high on that list. Like sitting down in that bathtub, especially after watching the movie Saltburn, I just don't want a bathtub anymore at all. So yeah, bathtubs are gross.
So JuJu, I would only add that it's not just bathtubs in hotels. My hotel situation is I have towels, and I put towels down everywhere in the room because I don't want to sit anywhere where there is a couch, because believe me, the blue light gets to the couch faster than the bathtub. So, and I don't touch remotes. I don't use TVs inside hotel rooms at all, ever.
Yeah.
So hotel rooms are a problem for me, and that's not ideal.
Samson.
Yeah, for sure.
Bowling shoes.
when I was a kid in Wisconsin, we would bowl a lot. When I was in college, I was on a bowling team, and I would wear bowling shoes, but I would personally do the wiping and the spraying at the bowling alley, not let the guy for $2 an hour who's smoking a doob do it. I wanted to try to clean it, but I never spent the money to buy my own bowling shoes.
JuJu, bowling shoes? Have you ever worn bowling shoes? Have you ever?
No, I never worn bowling shoes, maybe because I'm poor, but I went bowling one time before, and I refused to stick my fingers in the balls because I'm not even playing those games. I rolled the bowling ball like without the fingers in it. Not to mention, well, it goes without saying, I'm a terrible bowler.
I think JuJu is more of a germaphobe than David Samson, but we're going to close it out with a couple of questions, and I think this is the best one I'm going to ask you. David Samson, being involved in an orgy.
Oh, wow.
I'm in. Let's not kid ourselves. If you're giving me that opportunity, listen, I am happy to do a post shower, maybe a pre-shower, whatever it takes. But that's I'm in.
I'm going to use this opportunity to respond to something earlier on the show because I love you, baby. I'm not going to answer this question. My girlfriend listens to this show. I would never be in an orgy, not even with the hottest of women. But Amin El Hassan, you feel me? On the LeBron side of things.
Wait. Before we move off of this, I just want to do one quick impression. This is David Samson being invited to an orgy. Where do I sign up? Just got my Purell right here. Let's go.
What were you saying, JuJu?
With the LeBron conversation, I think we're taking it a little too serious. I think it ain't no fun when the rabbit got the microphone. Imagine how many times LeBron been walking through the kitchen in the house. Mm-hmm. He just look up on the TV and somebody's saying something ridiculous about it. He like, okay, what in the world? And then more than that, imagine he in the kitchen in Savannah coming up to him like, LeBron, I thought you said you flew to Akron yesterday. These folks got you in Miami discussing a return to Miami. What? You know, I just put a bid in on a house in San Domingo or wherever the hell, San Fernando. He got to deal with that. Now he got to expose. She calling people in Akron. Did you see LeBron? Now he got to just, okay, baby, dang, I was in Vegas shooting craps. I'm sorry. We was headed to Denver. I didn't want to let you know, but now he got to get exposed to that. And them folks be like commenting on how much money he spent on his body. Like, come on. Savannah, see that on TV? So you can spend $1 million on your body, but you can't open a youth center I've been telling you about for my auntie. And now LeBron like, win horse, you here, baby, go here. Gotta re-diversify the whole funds. Like,
JuJu, but this is my thing. Number one, the offenders of that variety typically aren't Brian Windhorst. Number two, and he brought up an example of something that Brian Windhorst was incorrect on. He should have been like, man, Brian doesn't know what he's talking about. Brian's always incorrect. Brian, I don't know who Brian talks to, but it say Brian pretends like he's my friend. That's just a wild ass thing. That's like he says it's weird. I was like, no, that's weird. That's weird that you would say that because again, this isn't a dude who's ever presented that way ever. And I'm not talking about on air, I know even behind the scenes he's never presented like that. So that was the thing for me. If he had just said Brian Windhorst doesn't know what he's talking about, I'm like, cool, man. Like, whatever. Like, that to me is totally fair to say, because at that point it's a matter of, like, opinion as opposed to making a declarative statement that is factually incorrect.
I mean, I still think we don't know what that man be seeing. We see Brian Windhorst at the finals whenever we see him. We don't know what the inner work is.
I know what Brian be saying. That's my point.
But what I'm saying, look, brother, you have screamed at everybody on the show today. We get it, how you feel about it. But what I'm telling you is, like, for example, early in the show, you said that Cam McCormick's body was a little gelatinous. Dare I say, if Metal Art Media interview Cam McCormick next week, he can give his true feelings, and he has full within his rights to say exactly how he feels about Akbar Domingo, or whoever the hell.
First of all,
domestique.
Right. So
we can't be mad at
you
him.
You made him Dominican, Juju.
Yeah, he's not Domingo.
Everything is on this show is Dominican, but neither here nor there.
But Juju, what I would say is two things. Number one, I haven't covered Cam McCormick since he was 15 years old, right? And he's now 40. I haven't done that. Number two, I'm not a football journalist. I'm just a guy. My point isn't that he can't say those things. I'm saying you gonna pick Brian Windhorst of all people? Like
I think
that'd be the
right. Ain't no fun when the rabbit got the microphone, bro.
It's not. What are you talking about? He's saying something that's completely out of left field and incorrect, and presenting it as fact about someone who never does that. That's
he
my
never
point.
done that to you. Is my thing.
Not about.
I just think that the world.
Juju, you're doing the same thing Dan does, which is you guys are not having a straightforward thing. I'm saying that this dude, on the record, writing, I read his stuff for a decade before I even knew the dude, on podcasts, on television, on shows with him, on shows when I'm not with him. I haven't worked with him for 4 or 5 years now. I've seen his work. He never, ever, ever, ever even insinuates or hints, that's my boy, or anything like that. He doesn't talk like that. Dude, I'm his friend. I've never heard him call me his friend or anything like that. That's not how that dude talk. Juju, it would be like if someone said, Juju always picking up food out the garbage and eating. Imagine if LeBron James said that. The most famous person in that sport said that about you. I would do the same thing. I say, yo, you can say Juju jokes too much. You can say Juju this or whatever. You're not going to say Juju eats out the garbage. I know this dude. This is like the number one thing he doesn't do. And that's what I'm getting at. It's when you pick something that is so wild off base, against someone who does not even do that kind of journalism that you talking about. You say the rabbit got the gun. Why isn't the rabbit shooting up?
No. I said nothing about a G word.
Rabbit got the microphone. Why isn't the rabbit talking about the people who will actually be doing the offensive stuff? Why are you talking about Brian?
Like, as an example with Dan, when he wouldn't take the L with the cookie situation earlier. It's just like people, as a whole, we just have to be more objective listeners. We need to stop hearing rumors and believe in them. No matter if it's LeBron, no matter who it is, we have to be more objective. And especially 100. On the lower level when we have people's numbers. Like, if you hear something about somebody and you just go with the rumor and you just believe it, you're making Middle Earth worse. Mm-hmm. Like, you're playing a part in the world that's terrible. I think we should just all do ourselves a favor and start researching, do our own research, so we just be more objective, because we live in a country where we hear the most ridiculous stuff coming from up top every day. You feel me? So I feel like this is some more of that stuff where we as fans, we as listeners, we as friends, we just have the right to be objective and just say, you know what? I'm not going to just believe everything I hear. I'm going to check my resources and check my sources. You feel me? And if that man say, hey, this is how I feel, I think he's well within his rights to say how he feels. You feel me? Nothing personal with David Samson every single morning at 8 o'clock a.m. I'm so sorry for wasting your time, bro.
I don't think it's a waste of time. I do think, though, that people that are listening to this feel like they may have been sold a bill of goods because they did not think that this was going to be an area of the world where LeBron would be found in the middle of a Germ-Off. But the last question of the Germ-Off is to David Samson, and it's the tiebreaker. They are now tied. The answer to JuJu on this one I know to be it's never happened. Has this ever happened to you, David Samson? Have you ever broken into a veteran's house to take a shit while you're running a marathon and clogged the toilet and left without flushing?
I think JuJu did that too.
Yes, I have.
Samson's the loser. JuJu is the winner. He is the best of all the germaphobes. Thank you for participating.